Hey guys, it's Kaylee. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. If you are new, hi, my name is Kaylee. Nice to meet you. I'm an online reseller. I sell on sites like eBay and Poshmark, and every week I come on and share my numbers with you from the previous week, the amount of items that sold, how much they sold for, how much I paid for them, and then I give you a few highlighted items and tell you why I picked them up so that you might be able to find them at your local thrift store and flip online for a profit as well. Like I said, I do these videos every week, so if you'd like to be notified when those videos go live, make sure to subscribe down below and hit the notification bell. That way it notifies you. All right, let's not wait any longer. Let's jump into the what sold video.
Okay, so I'm trying a new format where I basically just show you guys everything up front versus splitting it out through the rest of the video. Let me know if you prefer this version or if you prefer the old way where I do it in segments. Drop a comment down below, let me know. So in total last week, my sales did get a little bit better, so I'm happy about that. I still think I'm in a bit of a slump with this summer slowdown, and I think that's normal for clothing resellers out there. So if you're currently selling only clothing or mainly clothing and your sales are down, just know that that is normal during the hot months of the year. So in total last week, I sold 47 items for a gross sales total, gross meaning before fees or anything taken out. So this number that I actually put in my pocket is significantly less than this. Just had to throw that out there. So gross sales, I made $1,263.20, making my average sale price $26.88, and then my total cost of goods was $221.34. My cost of goods is a little high relative to my gross sales because I'm having a lot of stuff selling that I online arbitrage, I guess you would call it, things that I bought pre-owned off of sites like eBay and Poshmark and reflipped onto those sites. So typically when you're shopping online, your cost of goods is going to be a little bit higher, and that's the case with this week. So in case you were wondering what the spike in cost of goods was, that is why. On eBay, I sold 22 items. Poshmark and eBay are pretty neck and neck these days, so 22 on eBay, 23 on Poshmark. On eBay, I made $6.25, and then my average sale price was about $28. Total cost of goods $85 for eBay. On Poshmark, I sold 23 items. Gross sales $576. Average sale price $25. Total cost of goods $116. I did have two sales. One was on Mercari and one was on Depop. Between the two of those, my gross sales were $62. Average sale price of $31, and then my total cost of goods was $20.03 for those two items. All these sales that I am talking about are from July 12th to the 18th, which is a Sunday through a Saturday, and that is how I calculate my weeks for accounting purposes. Jumping into some of the items I wanted to show you that you can look out for. This is called a Coup brand. I'll show you the tag right here. I'm going to try to talk a little bit less during each piece because I can go off on tangents and make these videos really long. So I'm going to try to go really quickly through these items and give you a little bit less detail since there is more to talk about this week. So I'm looking for both men's and women's shorts this summer. This stood out to me at the thrift store because it is a very modern looking men's short. Pretty unique, which I love unique items. I never heard of this brand before. I did comps and they were doing pretty well. I think $35 to $40 was the going rate for these, and so I picked these up as well as a couple other brands that were similar, and they've all been selling for about $40. So if you come across shorts that are unique like this, make sure to do your comps, but they could be worth something. This particular pair I had listed for $40, and I accepted an offer of $37. This is a skirt by Ralph Lauren, definitely one of my favorite brands to sell. I sell a lot of clothing of all different types by this brand, and what I'm looking for is something really unique or sometimes vintage. This was really unique for me. It was a ruffled midi skirt, and it had the really classic red and black plaid, which I liked. That would also be called buffalo plaid. I had this listed for $45, and I accepted an offer of $40.50 on this skirt. This is a graphic t-shirt, new with tags by Lucky Brand. I don't pick up everything by Lucky Brand, but because this was new with tags and it was on trend with its Western theme, cactuses are really in right now. And I liked the pattern of the overall garment. It looked kind of like bleached, a little worn. And I had this listed for $28.99. It sold for $26.09. A pair of men's Levi's Strauss jeans. These ones were that raw look, raw denim, dark wash, really popular right now. Flat pockets. I put all of that information in my title here, jammed a bunch of keywords so buyers could find it easily. These I had listed for $29.99 and they sold on a best offer for $26.99. Next is this dress by Torrid. I'm loving Torrid. I love picking up Torrid these days. The larger pieces do better for me. This is a size 5, which is probably the largest size I've ever seen in Torrid, been able to pick up at a thrift store, which translates to a 5X. This was a really on-trend dress. It had that tiered bottom. Nice print, nice colors, navy and red. The contrast looked really nice and I thought it photographed well. It was a faux wrap dress. I love picking up plus size pieces when they're on trend, and Torrid definitely puts out a lot of them. This one I had listed for $34.99 and it sold really quickly at full price. This is another Lucky Brand piece. This is a boho top. I picked it up because I liked the colors. I thought it was pretty unique and it was a size 3X. I like picking up Lucky Brand and plus size pieces. They tend to do well for me, more so than these smaller pieces. This I had listed for $24.99. I sent out offers to watchers and it sold for $22.49. This is a vintage shirt I picked up recently. It is a Fruit of the Loom. Look how old that tag is. Just had a good graphic on it. This is the back of the shirt. I made it my cover photo since I thought the graphic was pretty cool. I wanted to show that firsthand to get buyers to click into it. It's just a drawing of the Alpine Mountains, and it also had a pocket on the front. So it did have a small spot on it, but like I said, it's vintage, so your vintage buyers are more understanding of that. I just really like the subject matter and I thought it would do well. Had a really worn in feel, which I think vintage buyers are looking for, so I picked it up. It was also single stitch, which if you're getting into vintage, you probably know that most shirts that are vintage are single stitch, but not always. So I listed this one for $24.99 and it did sell at full price relatively quickly. This is a top by Lane Bryant, kind of along the same lines as Torrid. I picked it up because it was a 14-16, which is a larger size. They're also pretty well known for cute plus size pieces. This was embroidered. It had some sheer paneling over top and it also had bell sleeves. I made sure to put all that in my title and in my description, but I thought this piece was really on trend and I like I said, being able to offer larger sizes. Had this one listed for $33.99 and it sold on offers to watchers for $30.59. These next two are both by the brand Harley Davidson. I bought a biker lot a long time ago, which included some Harley pieces and then just some graphic tees. These are both actually Harley Davidson shirts. I modeled these ones because I actually cropped it, and sometimes, believe it or not, distressing and cropping brings more value to them. In this case, the shirt had a little bit of wear, so I went ahead and went with the wear and created a women's piece out of a men's and cropped it, and these are really on trend right now. You can also see I use the back of this shirt as a cover photo as well because that's what people are looking for, are the crazy graphics. Had this listed for $24.99 and it sold to the same buyer for full price as this next one. Again, same thing. This sold to the same buyer, each for $24.99. You can see on this one, I distressed the shoulder a little bit. So if you've got something with a stain or a tear, I'd say just go with it if you're able to turn it into a trendy piece. Sometimes you can get more money out of it. Next is this top by Logo Layers by Lori Goldstein. I came across a lot of these tank tops for pretty cheap at a thrift store, and I picked up all different colors. They were all in the same size. They were really easy to list because I just had to make copies of listings with different colors. And this is just a tank top Lori Goldstein is sold on QVC. She's one of the Shark Tank people. And this line of clothing is really comfortable, but kind of classic wear. Sometimes they have prints. I typically don't pick up every piece, and certainly I usually don't pick up if it's like a sleeveless tank like this with just a plain color. But like I said, I came across them really inexpensively and a bunch of them all at once, so they were really easy to list. Had this one listed for $23.99 with free shipping, and it did sell at full price. This next one is just a vintage Alfred Dunner skirt. Definitely not a brand that I look for. Their pieces aren't usually very on trend, but this was a size 16, again a larger size. It had the full button, and even though it was an older style, I'm seeing this kind of a skirt, like a midi high-waisted full button denim skirt, are doing pretty well, and the fact that it was a size 16 also helped it. And it had pockets. You can see it's got a little bit of wear on it, which I did disclose in the description. Had it listed for $24.99 and it did sell at full price. This is just a great example of, if you're somewhere where you can't find really good brands, then you need to start looking for factors and features that are on trend. That way you can buy stuff regardless of brand and just look for key factors, and this is a great example of that. Last item on eBay I wanted to show you was this 7 for All Mankind women's shorts. These were just a pair of cutoffs. To be honest, they're kind of an older style, but I came across a bunch of different shorts. For some reason, basically any shorts sell for me this time of year. I usually put them between $20 and $25 with free shipping, and they fly out the door for me. In this case, I had this one listed for $22 with free shipping, and I sent out offers to watchers. It sold for $19.80 with free shipping. Moving on to Poshmark, I sold this Unique Vintage Retro Hawaiian dress, and Unique Vintage is actually the brand name. So here's the tag. If you come across this, it seems to be a really popular brand with a good sell-through rate. Some things sell for more, some things sell for less. It depends on what style you have, but it's not an actual vintage piece. That's just the brand name. They make retro-looking clothing. So you can see I put the brand name, but I also put retro. That way people would know it was a retro piece, not a vintage piece. And I just really liked the look of this. I put pinup in the title because I felt like if someone was doing a pinup shoot in a Hawaiian style, they could use this dress for that. And pinup's a really great word to use if you come across a retro dress. So this one was really unique with its interesting collar details. I think you could tie this, but I left it out for the photo. I really like the colors and the pattern, and like I said, this had a really good sell-through rate on eBay. I ended up taking an offer for $30 on this one. This is a bread and butter brand for me. I'm loving selling American Eagle and men's and women's jeans and shorts, and some of the women's bohemian tops do well. They picked these ones up. These are a men's flex skinny jeans, smaller size, but I liked the wash details and the distressing. Again, sometimes distressing adds value. It's really trendy right now, so I picked these up. I can usually sell them between $20 and $30. $25 is right on the mark, and these did sell for $25. One tip I do have for you, if you are selling modern, regardless of men's or women's jeans, most of them will have flex, or they'll say 360 stretch or something like that. I now put that in my title here, whatever this tag says too, because a lot of my customers actually asked me that when I didn't put them in. They'd say, does it say flex on the inside? Does it say 360 extreme stretch? So American Eagle buyers are familiar with these type of jeans, and they're looking for certain ones on these different stretch lines, I guess I would call them. So my suggestion for you is to put this somewhere in your listing if there is one of these tags in there. Next are these Dr. Scholl's women's walking sandals. The style name of these was Daydream, and I found that on the inside of the shoe. I picked these up pre-owned, but they were in pretty good condition. They were almost new. And regardless of brand, I like picking up hiking comfort sandals like this, and because these were in really great condition, I picked them up. I've had luck selling Dr. Scholl sandals like this in the past, and I thought these were on trend with the little western prints right here. They don't sell for a lot, but they do sell well. I had these listed for $29 and they ended up selling at full price. These shorts came in a lot that I purchased off of, I don't know if it was eBay, Poshmark, or Mercari. I've been doing a lot of online sourcing lately, but these came in a lot. Normally I wouldn't pick up PacSun shorts for the price that I paid for them, but like I said, they came in a lot. And these ended up only selling for $18, but I still think that that is a good price for PacSun denim shorts. Now these had good things going for them. They were the high-rise festival short, they were cutoffs, booty shorts, and they were distressed. So all of those things helped to sell them. They sold really, really quickly at $18. I've mentioned this in a couple of my videos, but if you're not currently in the belt section, you need to go. It's another one of those places where you can find items regardless of brand if they've got the right factors, and belts do really well for me. They're easy to ship, they're easy to store, they're lightweight. I pick them up. Leather belts with Western details do really well for me. I usually look for an interesting buckle. This one even had a little bit of wear along the leather, and I did mention that in my listing. This one sold for $20. I think I had it listed for $30, but I have been sitting on this belt for a little while, probably because of the wear. So when someone offered me $20, I went ahead and accepted. This is a dress by the brand One World, which almost all of their dresses look like this print, but not a lot of them are worth very much. I usually only pick up the maxi dresses by this brand. I thought this one had a unique print, it was a good length, and it was a size large, so larger size. This sold really quickly at $30. This pair of Paige shorts, I'm pretty sure sold within like 10 minutes of me listing it. I had these listed at $30 and they went at full price. These are the Jimmy shorts, and I was surprised they sold so quickly because on eBay the sell-through rate wasn't outstanding. This is another one I bought in a lot. Not a bad sell-through rate, but not outstanding. But this sold really, really quickly. Just a pair of women's denim shorts. The Jimmy style was on the inside of the waistband. That's how I knew what it was. A pair of men's jeans. This is a great brand, but I don't come across it often. The brand is Diesel, and style name was on the inside. These are the Sofado Slim Straight jeans, and I mean, nothing too special about them. These were a little bit older, but like I said, Diesel's hard to find now. These were button fly too. If you ever come across button fly jeans, sometimes that can up the value in men's jeans. So I always put button fly in the title or in the description if I do have button fly men's jeans. And like I said, the style name was on the inside of the jean. Now, different styles will bring you different price tags, but I do think that in general, Diesel men's jeans are really great to pick up. These ones ended up selling for $40. Overalls are another great item you can pick up regardless of brand. These ones were by Cherokee and they were kind of modern. I think you can also pick up vintage ones and they do really well. Just bib overalls in general do really well for me. But these ones were kind of modern with their patch details and their wash, so I picked them up. These were also size extra large, which helped to sell them. These ones sold for $30. Again, this is something good to look out for regardless of brand, are denim bib overalls. This is a dress by Fubu. This was a vintage tennis dress and it had a spell out. Now when I did comps on this, it didn't have very good sell-through rate, but I didn't see this specific one. I took a chance on it because I thought some of the aspects of it were kind of modern, and to my surprise it sold really, really quickly. I think within a couple days of me listing it for $28. This is a pair of silver women's jeans. I used to not pick up silver jeans because when I would look up the style names for the particular style of women's jeans on eBay, the sell-through rate wasn't there. But recently I've been finding them pretty inexpensively and they're flipping really quickly for me, and they're flipping between $30 and $40 for me. And so for that reason, I'm going to start picking them up. They've been selling for me both on eBay and Poshmark, so this is one of the rare times that I'm going to tell you that the sell-through rate might not be there, but they're flipping really well. So I don't know if it's pictures, I don't know if it's the keywords that I put in, but they're doing really, really well for me regardless of style and regardless of the sell-through rate that I'm finding. So these were a pair of the Suki mid-rise boot. These were kind of a strange size. They were a 32 by 33. Typically, I think women are a little bit shorter, so a longer length than the waist is not typically something I look for. These, I can't remember if I had listed for $40 or $45, but they ended up selling for $35, which I think was a really good return on investment. Next are the shorts by Ralph Lauren. These are the Polo Sport line, definitely older vintage, and I picked these up because they are a printed Hawaiian print and had a little bit of spell out on them. So for those factors, I went ahead and picked these up. They photographed really well and they ended up selling for $26. This was a Zara khaki tan field jacket. If you didn't know, you can look up Zara style names really easily. I don't have the tag here, but the material tag that's on usually the bottom side of the garment has some numbers on it that are really, really easy to look up. Let me know if you want me to do a video on looking up some style names, because I think it is really important. And once you know how to do it, it only takes a couple seconds. So I looked up the style name for this. I was also able to get the stock photo to put on Poshmark. And this was the Zara khaki tan field jacket. Sometimes stock photos are controversial, but I think that they're important if it's hard to display how they're supposed to be worn, and I think that this jacket was. This one ended up selling for $29. And last item I wanted to show you on Poshmark were these Lane Bryant soft mid-rise chino shorts. Again, Lane Bryant and Torrid, I'm loving picking up. These ones were kind of like, not really an acid wash, I don't really know what to describe it, but they had a type of wash on them that I think is really desirable and really grungy. So I put this up. It sold really quickly at $23. I sold one item on Mercari. These were the Chico's Slimming Girlfriend ankle jeans. Again, I was able to find that style name on the inside. These sold for $27. And last item I wanted to show you sold on Depop. This is just a vintage bohemian bag. I picked this up online. It was listed relatively cheaply, and I knew that I could flip it quickly. It was just a leather bag with some bohemian embroidered detail. I did some modeling pictures to display it a little bit better, and it sold for $35.
Alright guys, so that is it for what sold last week. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Be sure and give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy the video. It really helps my channel out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.